We got one more chapter of book club here. It is History of Heartbreak by Dan Minnesota. This is chapter 7. This is Distressed the Rest. So this is some different moments. These were not of the main four sports here. We've got some golf, some soccer, some unrelated things of that have happened regarding the Metrodome and other stadiums in Minnesota. But this one starts out with a the most known course in Minnesota, the Hazeltine National Golf Club. It's hosted the U.S. Open, PGA Championship. I believe it is. Is it hosting the Ryder Cup, or did it host it the previous Ryder Cup?
It hosted it. Would have been the last, maybe even two
times ago in the States. I think it was in. Was it Wisconsin last time?
It was my second year of grad school.
Yeah, so that would have been not the second to last time. It was in Minnesota, or the States. Yeah. Sorry, I believe because I think it was at 2018. Because was it at Whistling Straits the last time in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken?
So the next it's going to be the 2028 Ryder Cup is going to be at Hazeltine.
Okay.
And
nice. I mean, this one hurts, the one that we're going to talk about, because I work across the street from Hazeltine, so I am now a Hazeltine fan.
Oh, really?
Like, I literally could walk on the course.
Nice.
Is this where you currently live now, or where you're moving?
Where he works.
Work.
Oh, where you work. Oh, gotcha. You haven't gotten high up enough at Target yet to get on the course yet?
I mean, I think you can actually. No, I don't actually think it's public.
I thought it was public. You just had to pay a ridiculous fee to play.
I think it is like maybe like $300 to $400.
Yeah, or even close to like 500, which is just ridiculous.
Dylan, some of the holes on this thing, they just look terrifying when you drive by. Like, I'm just gonna say it straight up. Like, you don't want to play there.
Kind of do.
I think Cody Magnuson played it one time, he said, and it was a living hell. And he hits it 300 yards.
Well,
I do not hit it 300 yards unless I'm going with the wind. Then I might have a shot, but it is I have to avoid the banana hook that I have severe, or the banana slice, severe banana slice. It's when I golf on the simulator, it says it's a hard fade, so makes it sound a little bit better. And I've actually been working. I haven't the last few rounds, and knock on wood that when I have golf league Thursday night, that the slice doesn't come back. But I've actually been fading it a decent amount the last few times I've gone out and played, really emphasizing keeping that elbow tucked when I'm coming down.
So is it, Dylan, like when you're gonna play the slice or the fade, and then when you line up to the left or to the right, you hit it straight as an arrow? Is it like that?
Not always. It happens a few times. I've done it enough to know that to make sure I play it a little looser and not try to really like over grip the club, because I've done, and really just trying to focus on keeping it, because it'll naturally, I kind of have that baseball swing. I still go a little bit inside out, which causes it, but slowly working on it. And frankly, my biggest concern is the drive is what it is, but if I can keep consistently be good 125 yards and in and around the green, I think that's going to help my game a lot more than being able to hit bombs down the fairway.
Without question.
This is true.
So, but this happened in 1970. The course opened in 62, and Jack Nicklaus, he played a practice round there like about a month before they were having the U.S. Open here in 1970. And he said he felt lost and everything was blind. The architect, Robert Trent Jones, fired back and told him that Nicklaus was the one that was blind. And on day one of the tournament, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. When have we heard of windy days in the Midwest?
There's not a lot going. There's not a lot of trees. I'll tell you that.
Oh. And then on day 2, the weather was a lot better. And a golfer from Michigan named Dave Hill, he shot a 69. He moved into second place, and he had quite the post-round comments. He was upset with the course and was mad that the so many big-name players were struggling. And then a reporter asked him how he liked the course, and he didn't hold back any punches. He said, "If I had to play this course every day for fun, I'd find another game." How did I find the golf course? I've been trying to find it ever since I came to Minneapolis. Just because you cut the grass and put up flags doesn't mean you have a golf course. What does it lack? 80 acres of corn and a few cows. They ruined a good farm by building this golf course on it. My 2 kids could lay out a better course than that. The man who designed this course had the blueprints upside down, just off the top rope.
Who wants such an easy course like this? A hard course makes
it
fun.
I was just going to say that. Isn't the goal of the U.S. Open to challenge these players? It's supposed to be the hardest tournament of the year. It's supposed to make you work. And you know what? Let's circle back to last week. How I said old people suck and all they complain and they're soft. You know what? This same age group right here, these are the same people I'm talking about. They want to talk about how tough they are and how they built America and blah, blah, blah. They walked to school going uphill both ways. And they're complaining about a golf course because it was too tough on a major. God, they're just soft. These boomers are just losers, man. Jeepers. Complain a little more, Jack. That's why you're not the GOAT. I don't care if Tiger has more than you. Tiger's the guy. You're a sissy. Stop complaining.
Grant, it's funny you mentioned
Ohio State, so that disqualifies him.
I did not know that.
That's fair. Grant,
that's
you mentioned
the older golf facility's named after.
You mentioned the older people. We're just as fucked with the younger people. I was at Cub Foods on Saturday. These 2 girls, of course they're blonde. Not calling people out. I'm just pointing out that they were blonde.
Fair.
But it took 10 minutes for them to figure out how to ring up a watermelon. They're looking to weigh it without realizing the sticker had a barcode on it. I shit you not. 10 minutes of these dumb fucks trying to figure out how to pay for this thing. And they didn't even figure it out. They didn't pay for it. They just put it in their cart and walked away.
They just said 12 and walked away with the free melon?
Yeah. Yep. So they can be grumpy and shit, but at least they're fucking smart.
Well, they somewhat try, but by gosh, they're complaining about the course was too hard. 40-mile-an-hour winds. You're a professional, dude. Stop it.
You're in bumfuck middle of nowhere, Minnesota. Fuck off.
I mean, stop complaining.
Go play interlocking. Go put it in their 700 bunkers.
Oh, boy.
Which reminds me, Interlaken is actually hosting the U.S. Women's Open here. Is it next year?
I'm not sure.
Because I know the women's this year is at Pebble Creek.
I believe it's at. I'm pretty sure it's
Creek or Pebble Beach
next year.
Pebble Beach. Pebble Creek's a golf course in Bismarck.
I don't think
it's at Pebble Beach. No, it's only a 9-hole course, and it's a very short course. Yeah. But yes, it's at Pebble Beach this year, which is a fairly big deal. And a local NDSU golfer is golfing at 7 months pregnant. So Amy Olsen.
Yes.
Oh wow.
She's a beast.
That's quite the feat.
Her husband is Grant Olsen. Grant, the former linebacker and current linebackers coach for NDSU.
Oh, I did not know that. So once again,
athletic family.
Once again, folks, that's a Fun Fact Friday coming to you on a Thursday, recorded on Monday. Boom!
Didn't she just recently win too, or close?
She was close. Yeah. I don't think she's won a PGA event, but she's been like close enough or placed in that top tier to where she can qualify for the majors. But in the end, Hill came back in 1991, and as a promotional event, he played a practice round with Reese Jones, the son of the architect of the course, to help kick off ticket sales, and shot a par 72. He ended up praising the course.
So his best round that day, he shoots a 69, which was better than what he shot that day, and he's trashing it. And 20 years later, when someone's throwing him a bunch of money and he's promoting it, he says how great the course is. Sick.
Boomers are soft. I think that's what we're gonna. I think that's what we're gonna name this title. I think that's the title of the episode is Boomers are soft,
man. That's all I can come up with.
I think you're right. She has not won an event, Amy Olsen, but she has 2 tied for second finishes in majors.
Oh, yep, nice. That's what it was.
So that'll work. That'll play.
Boomers are soft, man.
And you know what's funny is we're talking about boomers. I got called a boomer the other day on Twitter.
By who?
Because
someone with an egg profile picture.
No, it was actually our good friend Mason from Aikenbauer, because I was ranting about how awful the jerseys were in Game 1. How I don't know if you guys saw it, but how why do we not wear the traditional jerseys? It drives me insane.
Oh yeah, the Mile High City and then the black alternate uniforms.
Yes, yeah. or just wear. Like, do whatever you want in the regular season. Nobody cares. Nobody watches it anyways. But for the playoffs, can we at least have some respect and honor for tradition of, home whites, road colors? Nobody needs to be wearing colored jerseys at home. Just go traditional. It looks terrible. And when teams are wearing colored jerseys, both of them it's aesthetically just terrible.
No.
This is my TED Talk for the day.
I'm right there with you, dude. I mean, keep it simple.
And I can't be the only one.
Oh no, I'm with you. I don't understand why we have to wear 14 different uniform combinations in the playoffs. Like Golden State, they're pulling out their black jersey with a rose on top of there or something. It's like how is that a warrior like? When I think of warrior, I think of someone with a big metal shield and a sword, getting ready to take someone's head off. Not a rose plant. This isn't a Valentine's Day date. But again, boomers are soft and the people of San Francisco are soft. I'm pretty sure Klay Thompson P sitting down. Draymond went to Michigan State. Steve Kerr fell into 4 championships. I just don't like the Warriors. But a rose? Come on. That's not tough. Go back to their old uniforms with Baron Davis and Terry Richardson. Jason Richardson, yeah. Where they had this warrior guy with a lightning bolt with the blue Monte Ellis. Go back to them, not this stupid crap they have these days. So yeah, Dylan, you're right. These uniforms now in the NBA suck, and the Wolf City and
it's trickling into the MLB. These city jerseys are terrible. Like what's wrong with the occasional colored jersey, gray or white pants? Like why do we have to have blue pants? And the only exception I will make for this rule is the Carolina blue-colored jerseys, because those are sick.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else is hot garbage.
What's your opinion on the Twin Cities uniforms for the Twins this year?
The Twin
cream
Cities
with the blue?
Which one is? I mean, it's within their color scheme. So, like, when they first moved to Minneapolis, their home jerseys were cream-colored.
Thank you. Hannah hates them, and she's the only one that doesn't like them.
Well, she's wrong. She's wrong.
She's wrong. Yes, we know that.
She's wrong, and now she's probably listening, and now Ethan's in trouble.
Well, she's not.
She's actually not home tonight. She had to go down and have her grandpa help her fix her car, so she's on her way home.
What, did the car get lost in Missouri again?
So, okay, she's gonna kill me that I said this, but so she doesn't listen to this anyway. We're fine. So she was at Costco the other day, and she goes, "Oh wow, I can drive forward. There's a curb. There's a curb, and her car." It hits curb. She gets stuck on top of curb. Reverses, ripped off part of like the plastic covering of her engine.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, if I was a stand-up comedian right now, I would have so much material for this with the combination of the gender Hannah is in driving, but I'm not going there. But
she also has hair color.
But this. So we're driving to Missouri. We're driving over curbs. I'm starting to think, man, you don't want people in that family driving at all, dog.
All right. Her grandpa's good. He fixed the car tonight, so we're fine.
Okay, he fixed her car, but is he still going to be a hazard when he gets in the car? What's he going to do next time?
I mean, it could have been worse. They only ended up in Missouri.
How do you go through the whole state of Iowa and not realize, oh shit, we've gone a long way? How do you fill for gas? You're in Centerville, Iowa, and you're like, well, let's stop at the local Casey's and get a slice of pizza. What?
No, we're gonna be in fucking Missouri.
Yeah. How do you not fill up for gas? That just amazes me.
It's incredible.
Well, they got home. They're safe.
Boomers are soft and Hannah can't drive. Yeah. Let's move on.
Yep.
That's what I should name. That's what I should name the episode. Oh boy, would.
Let's not do that, please.
Guys, I wouldn't have a place to sleep.
I mean, I'm fine with the boomers are soft, but that second part, maybe not.
Yeah. Do we really need to talk about
Ethan
soccer
would laugh.
on this next page?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the term Minnesota syndrome came from the Minnesota Kicks losing the soccer bowl.
I've never heard of the soccer bowl before this, so this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, the league folded. So it doesn't.
But the Earthquakes, are they still playing?
I don't think so.
I mean, they may have carried over from one league to another, but it's soccer. Who cares?
Yep.
Glorified jogging.
And let's go.
Glorified jogging.
Let's go to
as
real.
Dylan calls it.
You're right. Hill, I will die on too. Jerseys and soccer is glorified jogging. And you know what? It's a debate and argument I will get in. When I was down in Mexico, met a British dude. I asked him what his favorite soccer club was. He called me it's football, you bloody wanker.
That's a guy who drinks tea and eats beans for a living. He lives in the most depressed city in the world. The big bad military he had lost to a state of colonies. He lost to Appalachia people. They don't deserve to talk. And also, how is London the most visited city in the world every year? Why would I want to go there?
Why? So he actually was pretty cool guy.
Oh, don't give him that. Don't give him that.
He was because he hates the British monarchy.
Oh, thank God.
He actually doesn't live in London. He lives like north and like he said he's like 2 hours away from it. So he kind of lives out in the country. And he was actually like a pretty cool guy. Guy I was with, we convinced him that guns if properly trained and used the right way, they can be fun, and like you have to, if it's important of safety and being taught the right way to do things, and I said it on Conversation Monday with Logan when we were talking about this too, was that like by the end of it, he was like a full-blown redneck. He had a 1776 tattooed on his arm. He had a chaw in. Like, I mean, he was a full-blooded American, indoctrinated into it. But so, and Grant, you're looking at me like I don't know if this is true, but I kind of actually believe that this is true.
I kind of hope it's true, but also I just don't like the people of that depressed, boring city. It's in country. They're just.
But he's not from
London. Maybe I just don't like him, or maybe I just holding a grudge because USA 1, England 0. Scoreboard. And I don't know.
It's funny when the guy from Vietnam says it.
Yeah, it is. And it's a lot more funny in the context of the episode. God, Seth MacFarlane is the man.
We should get him on here.
Oh my God. Oh my,
that would be an episode. The best
part about that is everyone's catching smoke. He's not coming after one specific person, race, gender, pronoun, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's catching smoke. That would be fantastic.
It'd be so fun.
Whoa. And so now that we're done talking about glorified jogging, let's talk about the Met Stadium getting demolished. I think it's fair to say that I'm surprised there isn't a KC logo in the Mall of America since the last two games of the teams played there. The Twins lost to the Royals 5-2, and then on December 20th in 1981, the Vikings lost to the Chiefs 10-6.
Let's not forget the whole toilet bowl gate, taking stuff out of bleachers, light bulbs. That just fiasco for the last game at the Met. God, that's fantastic. And
it was cool reading about this because Met Stadium, it gave way to the Metrodome. I thought it was interesting that they referred to the Metrodome as not lively for watching sports. Talk about old takes exposed.
Rowdy.
Or freezing cold takes. We should CC.
CC Skip Bayless on that.
Yeah.
That age spoiled
and
milk.
I thought it was cool. And I thought it was cool too how the fans, they would tailgate before and after games, and then sometimes the players would come and hang out with them. Dan did a good job of talking about relationship building and connectedness and a community, which I think is why the Vikings have such a strong following and why Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota is a Viking state.
Could you imagine if you're able to do that today? As a fan, you tailgate before the game, you tailgate afterwards, and then after Justin puts up 7 for 115 and 2 tutties against the Bears, he comes out and he's just hanging out with you in the parking lot. Can you imagine how cool that would be?
Yeah.
He just does this.
Well, it was when the Chiefs won the AFC Championship. It was Creed Humphrey and one of the other linemen. They were going out to the they were going into the concession stand to get more beer for the locker room because they drank them dry.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But, and I we'll just transition over to the newer home after the Met Stadium. The Metrodome roof collapsed 5 times.
I did not know 5 times.
I did not know this either.
No.
The only one that I knew of was in 2010. So now we're gonna do some fun fact Fridays. Recorded on a Monday, released on Thursday.
Oh, he got it, folks.
Here. I did. It took a little bit. I was very, I've had quite the couple of days. I've walked 27 holes. I've flown in an airplane, little Cessna. I mowed my lawn for the first time. I'm gonna have to do it again on Wednesday.
Did you have the New Balances on?
I did not. Those are getting ordered. Okay. So once
you're an embarrassment.
Yeah.
As Jason Kelce calls them, the grass cutting 3000.
Exactly. Those will be the next time I mow.
Nice.
And the curse of the rain, because every time I was gonna mow last Monday, rained. I was gonna mow Friday, rained, and then it actually rained here yesterday, but it was after I mowed, and I pretty much slept all afternoon from walking and flying, and walked 18 holes on a very hilly course on Saturday. And walking it, I can't believe I ran that in cross country in high school.
Back when you were at your peak physical shape.
Yes, correct. Well, actually, I would say my peak physical shape was when Grant, you and I were doing Nebraska's weightlifting program.
That was awesome.
I kind of want to do it again. I just need more time.
Give me 6 months.
We find a way to do this full time. I will document and do everything, follow that thing to a T, and we'll see how I do.
Oh, you'll kick it out. You'll send it out of the ballpark.
So, but back to the Metrodome roof collapsing. First one happened in 1981. 10.2 inches of snow fell on the Metrodome roof, and it actually collapsed twice. Once when the snow dropped, and then when they were shoveling it off. There was a pop, and one of the roof's panels on the north side of the dome tore, and over the next hour, the Metrodome roof slowly collapsed. 1982, they were shoveling snow, and an avalanche. They caused a small avalanche to fall off, and it lessened the pressure, which caused the roof to rise slightly. And as it rose, it hit a metal bucket that was suspended over the dome by a crane, creating a tear in the Teflon. Roof collapsed. Now this next one happened in April of 1983. So this thing opened the first one it popped before the Metrodome was even operating, because I believe it opened in 1982. Yes. So this one happened before. Second one happened barely not even a year after it opened. And then in April, so within 3 years, it happened 3 times. And another snowstorm
Boomers are soft, man.
brought down the roof.
Boomers are soft.
13.6 inches of snow. And the falling ice and snow led to a 38-foot tear in the roof. And workers deflated the dome as precautionary. And repairs were made just in time for baseball to be played the following night. That the Boomers are soft narrative is not true on this one, Grant. And then in 86, 60 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts took the roof down in the 8th inning. This was during a game between the Twins and Angels, and caused pressure inside the dome to drop, and then lights and speakers swayed. They've had the spectators go back into the concourse area. They turned on some electric fans, and it helped stabilize the pressure. And after only a 9-minute delay, also Boomers not soft on this one, delay, the game resumed, and then the Angels scored 6 runs in the top of the 9th inning and won the game 7-6.
Ooh, bad omens.
In full Minnesota fashion.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there was a 24-year hiatus of the roof not collapsing in December 12th of 2010. And this is the one we all remember. One of the craziest videos. I honestly thought when I saw it for the first time, I thought it was a cartoon. And it was supposed to be the night before the Vikings played the Giants. Minnesota got 24 inches of snow. And the Vikings did not get to finish the game there, finish their season there, in which was a very forgettable 2010 season. They played that game against the Giants on a Monday in Detroit at Ford Field, and then they played the Bears on a Monday night game, which ended Brett Favre's career at TCF Bank Stadium. And looking at it now, they lost those 2 games by a combined score of 61-17, which paved the way for US Bank Stadium to be they passed the bill for that and moved on to what is now a fully paid off US Bank Stadium.
26 years ahead. No, but Dylan.
Yep, that's what happens when you get. Go ahead.
Well, I'll let you finish first.
Well, and it helps when you can get sellout Morgan Wallen and Eric Church concerts, or get those types of venues as well. The Final Four. Hopefully, Minnesota gets another one.
Final Four. Luke Combs was there last weekend. They've had Coldplay, Ed Sheeran, Guns N' Roses. Build these
Motley Crue.
You build these big facilities, it'll help pay it off real quick.
If you build it, they will come.
But no, Dylan, that weekend in 2010, I remember that weekend because we got killed in Mankato too. That weekend for snow, and actually, I was 15, 16, however, years old, working at Hy-Vee that weekend, and I was, just a little part-time courtesy clerk. But it snowed so much that weekend. I spent my whole 6-hour shifts on both Saturday and Sunday, bringing carts in and out, shoveling the sidewalks, essentially just being outside. And I just remember I Charlie Browned it about 4 times trying to push these shopping carts in one run because the ground was so slick. I one time ended up on my back and I just looked up like, yep, this is going to happen. This is going to be the end of me. It was just an absolute disaster. And actually UND was in town that weekend for a hockey game, and they played Friday, but the snow was so bad, they canceled the Saturday game in the city. UND had to stay at their hotel, and I don't know if they played on Sunday or if they just went home when the weather got better. But every business in town shut down Saturday afternoon, where they canceled the hockey game because the snow was that bad that weekend.
Yeah, I believe it. I think we had a pretty hard snowstorm in Dickinson as well. I don't remember if I want to say, no, this was different. No, I'm thinking of a different time, but yeah, I remember getting hit pretty hard by snow that weekend as well. Probably just a big Alberta clipper that just came across the entire Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Midwest, Midwest, we'll call it.
It took out the whole Midwest.
And and it caused the Metrodome to addition by subtraction, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Metrodome, as great as it was, led way to an even nicer stadium in U.S. Bank Stadium. And we'll go to some quick hitters here. Howard Cosell, legendary broadcaster, loses his toupee. And the reason why this is a story is because it was a Duluth boxer, or actually no, he was Crosby, Minnesota. His name is Scott Ledoux. Not sure if it's related to Chris Ledoux. I think they're spelled differently, but he was nicknamed the Fighting Frenchman. He was had a 33-13-4 record, and he lost to George Foreman in 76, and in 77 he was fighting Leon Spinks to a 10-round draw, and Ledoux was going to fight Muhammad Ali, but they never got to square off because he fought him in a charity event in 1977, and Ali promised Ledoux a title fight, but Ali was defeated by Leon Spinks and couldn't fulfill his promise. But his Ledoux's most infamous fight, if you will, happened on February 13th, 1977. He was going against Johnny Boudreau, and after the 8-round fight, Ledoux and his trainer thought he clearly won, but was unanimously lost to Boudreau. And while Boudreau was being interviewed on live TV by Howard Cosell, Ledoux shouted at Cosell and said, "Tell it like it is." And Ledoux tried to kick Boudreau, who jumped out of the way, and Boudreau's feet got tangled in the cord to Cosell's headset, and he accidentally pulled the headset off along with Cosell's toupee.
Awesome.
I think this is this is more funny than Heartbreak. This is just hilarious.
It was, and the funniest part is how Ledoux says that he kept the tape of it just so he could get a good chuckle every now and again. But now you want to talk Heartbreak here. This one is Minnesota sports at its finest here. This is about Dwayne Bobick. He's a professional boxer, was from Bolus, Minnesota. Do you guys know where that is? No? Okay.
Where?
So, and he was Bolus, Bowlus.
It's got to be up north somewhere.
He had he won his first 38 matches. Perfect, 38-0. And he got to go up against Ken Norton, whose son is the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks, played a long time in the NFL. Good bloodlines. He was knocked out in just 58 seconds in the first round by TKO. The ref said, "No, you're done." And it was so bad, and this guy was undefeated, keep in mind. Didn't last an entire minute, make it a full minute. He got featured on the Weekend Update of Saturday Night Live.
So Bolus is actually up by Sartell and St. Cloud. So another fun fact on a Monday being talked about. I don't know. Grant, you
Fun
say
Fact Friday, recorded on a Monday, coming to you on Thursday.
That's it. Thank you. That's too much for my brain.
Okay. Woo!
When you yell doggy, Boone's head.
Oh, sorry, Boone.
He's sleeping. He's okay.
And then we got to go back to glorified jogging. The Minnesota Kicks soccer team folds. This was an indoor soccer team.
What?
Or no, this was not the indoor team. My bad. The Strikers were the indoor team. They the most disappointing part about this was they continuously lost money out even after they were competitive. Most fans apparently were not upset that the team left. They were just mostly upset that they were not able to tailgate.
The party.
Understandable. People love Midwesterners love a good reason to party. And because I guess they didn't charge for parking either, so the parking lot often turned into quite a party. In Dan's notes
could you call it a parking lot party by Lee Bryce?
It was in the party.
That was pretty good.
And then staying with soccer, Minnesota Strikers lose championship. This was an indoor soccer
league.
Can
I just make an amendment, Dylan? Can I make an amendment? It's no longer soccer. It's glorified jogging.
Glorified jogging? Okay, I like that. Glorified jogging, or my buddy Isaiah came up with this one too. Communist kickball. But kickball is actually fun. I don't want to bring kickball down.
You throw communists in front of it, it changes everything.
Should it be communist or royal? Because it's overseas, they have their parliament and shit.
No, communist.
No,
communist.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either communist kickball or glorified jogging. You know, well, I'll clip this and we'll let the people decide of which one they think soccer is. Communist kickball or glorified jogging. You be the judge. We'll put it to a vote. You know, this indoor soccer league, which they played at the Met Center, where the North Stars played. Interesting thing here was their Tino Lettieri, Dan's favorite player of this team. He always kept a stuffed parrot named Ozzy in the net, and they sold these stuffed Ozzies at the souvenir stand. Other than that, just another team in Minnesota that left. Luckily, we still have the important teams. It sounds like the Minnesota, I don't even know what their MLS team is called now. It sounds like they have some. The Loons. It seems like they are having more success than the Strikers and the Kicks. We'll see if that continues. But that wraps up the book club of History of Heartbreak. We will have Dan on next week to discuss the book. He's going to give us his Mount Rushmore of Minnesota sports figure, and we're all going to do our Mount Flushmore of Minnesota sports figures. So be ready for that. I'm going to be curious to see who you guys come up with and have as on the Mount Flushmore of awful Minnesota sports figures.
Hashtag boomers are soft.
Hashtag boomers are soft. And what did you guys? What are your guys' full thoughts on the book? What did you guys? What were some of your favorite moments of interesting, funny? You know, reopen some wounds. What were some things you guys? Some fun fact Fridays on a Mondays, sometime recorded on a Mondays or Wednesdays, released on a Thursday that you guys found in this book.
I guess I just relived my dad's whole life in a book. That's basically what I got.
Damn it, Craig.
Poor guy.
That is very true, because my dad was the same way, because he'd listen and he would call me telling me stories about, I remember this. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
For me, I just can't get over the fact that almost every professional sports team in this state either left or attempted to leave at one point.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it here. Let's all pack up our bags and go.
Unless they build a new stadium.
Minnesota sports fans are some of the most passionate fans in all of sports. They ride and die with their teams. And you know, the highs are really high and the lows are lower than whale shit.
And there's a lot.
That's pretty low.
And there's a lot more lows than highs.
Yes. And you know what? Hopefully we have some mirror positivity. Hopefully there are brighter days ahead for Minnesota sports. And, you know, I thought it was crazy that Minnesota almost hired John Wooden, and they didn't because of a snowstorm.
Allegedly.
Alleged snowstorm, which we don't think, according to history and weather reports, didn't happen.
Hartman's never wrong.
We need to get the Farmer's Almanac from 1965 to figure this out.
Yeah. We do. So we'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see too what the best of the rest are. Some that didn't make the cut in the book, because I mean it's Minnesota sports. There's plenty to go around.
Dan just didn't want to make it too depressing.
Yeah, that could be.